The Supreme Court judgment lays bare the consequences of the previous government's catastrophic approach to legacy, which drew a wholly unjustifiable moral equivalence between terrorists and those who served the Crown. That scheme was declared unlawful by every court that considered it as incompatible with our human rights obligations and has now been repudiated by this government, of course. Those on the benches to my right who championed in this House did our veterans no favours. Likewise, their ill-disguised and cynical party political mischief-making regarding the remedial order and today's statement. The Liberal Democrats have opposed the granting of immunity from the outset and maintained throughout that removing it was a legal necessity, not a political choice. This judgment confirms we were right. The Supreme Court set aside the Court of Appeal's declarations that the ICRIR was presently incapable of discharging its Article 2 investigative obligations. However, this was not an endorsement of the ICRIR's design. The Court held that the challenges to the absence of legal aid, the absence of provision for next-of-kin questioning of witnesses, and the Secretary of State's power to restrict disclosure could not succeed as abstract prospective challenges, but rather each of those questions would need to be assessed on the facts of individual cases. Now, that wait-and-see approach is part of the uncertainty our veterans and their families fear. So will the Secretary of State tell the House what concrete steps he will take in committee to ensure genuine independent protections for veterans are built into the bill, rather than leaving those safeguards to be resolved on a case-by-case basis? Thank you.
Well, I agree with the honourable member in a great deal of, indeed all of what he says about the failings of the 2023 Legacy Act, and I think he's done the House a service in taking members through the argument as to why that could not be sustained. As I have repeatedly said to the House, there are protections already contained within the Troubles Bill. We do intend to bring forward more protections. We've had many discussions with veterans' organisations, and I'm determined to ensure, as is my right honourable friend, the Defence Secretary, that we treat our veterans fairly and with care, and they will come forward. They will be published in advance of the committee stage, and then the House will have a chance to debate them, and I look forward to that moment.